Namaste everyone, it is the Naga Samurai Goichi. Doing an update on my everyday carry. I will get around to my bug out bag as well as my mother's bug out bag, but just wanted to share the things that I've done to lighten up the load. May these words come across in peace, love, and sincerity. So now, again, the everyday carry bag, what I'm learning more and more every day is that we must begin to get our minds together on specifically what it is our goal is. So with that being said, the everyday carry is not your bug out bag. Your everyday carry, aka get home bag, is just for what it is. So in my opinion, if you are within 10 to 15 miles of the house, of your home, then your everyday carry / get home bag should be enough to do just what? That is, get you home. Again, we need to start prioritizing and compartmentalizing things and having an order to certain things in our lives and being very specific in our intent and what it is that we desire to do and the use for it, and learning how to do these things proficiently. By the way, over here, this is some extra stuff that I took out of the bag. If I'm within 10 or 15 miles of the house, I don't think whatever conflict or whatever, I need this. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, regardless of how small something is, all of those, ounces leads to, pounds and things of that nature. So we have to remember that. Again, my focus right now is to get rid of convenience. It may be a little convenience here and there, but for the most part, the goal is to get rid of convenience and only get what is necessary. By the way, the spray paint is over there. I build bows, for hunting and for self-defense out of PVC. So, got some bow projects I'm about to do, but I digress. So again, ounces and everything makes sense. You need to have a pack that has simply what you need to do what? Get home. I'm also into the bug out bags and everything, so the bug out bag is necessary, but it doesn't have to go with you everywhere. Now for me, if you're going more than 30 miles from your house, you take your bug out bag. I don't care if I'm just going over to the next city or whatever. If I'm going more than 30 miles, that's when the bug out bag goes. And of course it's bigger and heavier, but it's to sustain a long period of time outside of your home. But again, the main focus right now is the everyday carry or your get home bag that you take with you literally every day. You take it to work, you take it with you, and it's light enough for you to travel with easily and swiftly. And again, the primary objective of it is to get you home. So now, starting right here, I may take this out because for the most part, the stove, if you're trying to get home, it won't be necessary to stop and cook a meal. That's more of a bug out bag type of thing. But the candles I'll keep. The candles can help protect your blaze. They can become a wax if you get cut. Candles can also help to build other candles. You can take some paper towels and things of that nature and twist them up in the wad. Take this candle and let the candle wax drip on the paper towel or the tissue, and you will have a candle or fire starter that will actually burn for a nice amount of time. This right here is just extra flint and steel, just in case I have to get a fire going, because if push come to shove and I have to cook a meal or boil something on the go, I'll be in the city, I'll find some type of soup can or drink can, and I'll make a rocket stove. So again, I'm probably, that'll be some more weight that's gone. As far as the water, very lightweight. These are 4 milliliters. 4 ounces a piece. So for everybody who knows, the average Coke can is about 12 ounces. So 4 times 3, that's 12, and I got 2 more. That's enough. I may get rid of these because, again, if you're on the way home and you're within 10 miles, you will need your water even if it's hot. But if you're trying to get home, you're going to get home. For me, these MREs, meal ready to eat, come complete with a drink mix. They have a primary meal. They have a big cracker that use for your bread, salt and pepper, peanut butter and jelly. It has I mean, it is basically a full meal. It has a knife and fork, and it has a dessert. It has fruit and nuts and some candy. So for me, if I'm within 10 miles of the house, it's actually a bit of overkill, but just in case I have to sit still, here's a way for me to be able to eat without having to cook anything. It will be ready to eat immediately, and it is a full meal consisting of 2,500 calories a piece and a little bit more. So we could talk about those if you're interested. In case something happens, this is just a part of sort of your toiletries. These little bitty things are towels. They expand out to a nice sized two-handed towel if you put them in water. So I got about 5 of these in case I have to wipe myself or I get a cut or something happens to that degree. Again, the focus is to get home. Just some, and I might take these out again, ounces. It all adds up. These are just some waterproof matches. And I may not need that because I have the little cigarette lighter and the flint steel, so we'll see. I always have you sources of light. Anywhere where I reach in my bag, I have a source of light. So this is a hand crank light that you don't need batteries for. You stick it in and you got you some light. I always suggest headlamps. You always will need to use 2 hands. Well, most of the time you will. So go get you an inexpensive headlamp. Again, you need a source of light. If you have to travel in the dark, you need light. Just a very small crowbar. You never know what you have to break into or break out of on your way home. And if you are anyone like me, you may have to break somebody out of a car. You may have to break somebody out of a building. And then just here, see if I can get this out. Just a full tang, old school, hunting and survival knife. Yeah, it got a little rust on it, but this is German steel, and this is for defense. So if I have to, just in case I have to procure some wood, in case I have to build a shelter, some duct tape for anything, can fix anything. This is the poor man's cement. Fix your shelter if you have to make a temporary shelter. You can also, if push comes to shove, somebody may be attacking you. If you don't want to end their life, you could always knock them out, tie them up. I know this sounds crazy, but we don't know what's going to happen. When people start to lose their mind, they're going to lose their mind. 100-foot of paracord. Definitely for your shelter building. You may have to rescue somebody. You may have to tie something up. You may have to secure something. This is also used as fishing line. This is also the cord that I use to make my bow and arrows. You never ever know what you will need to do with cordage. So I suggest keeping that. This is 100 feet for about $5, $5.50, and a lot of this stuff is inexpensive. This is self-explanatory. I don't have it in the bug out bag, but for the get home bag, you need to be able to look ahead, move quickly. And last but not least, shelter building. This is a poncho, so if it's raining down, I have time to set up a small shelter. These are about $8, but these are your tube tents, where if you just can find you 2 poles or beat 2 sticks in the ground, you set you up a ridge line, you put, you tie your string up to one end, and it does come with about 25, I can't see it on this one, but it comes with 25 feet of paracord. You tie the string up on one end, you run it through, there's a guide on there, and then you tie it up to the other string and just use the items in your bag or rocks or something to set your corners. Big industrial strength garbage bag. Don't spend money on bivvies, guys, and things. And they don't go and buy, and ladies too, don't go and buy those expensive bivvies when this 55 gallon construction bag is extremely lightweight. It'll be stronger in thickness and millimeter than those cheap bivvies or the expensive bivvies that you can buy. You can use it as an emergency poncho, but this is big enough for the average person to be able to squeeze their body into. And trust me, the plastic mixed with potentially a mylar. What did I take all of one? I want to get one. Excuse me. But yes, mixed with a mylar blanket, or even not that, this plastic will help keep you warm. This can be used as a waterproof bivvy. If you have to be directly on the ground, you can lay this on the ground to keep you out the water or get inside of it. You're gonna sweat your butt out, but it's there. And last but not least, the infamous mosquito net. It's summertime now, ladies and gentlemen, and I am telling you, I don't care who you are, how tough you are, what type of training you have, if you cannot keep the bugs off your ass, you are going to lose. Go and read war stories of where people, you know, were defeated by the bugs. They were warriors. They were out there going to war, but the bugs defeated them before they could even take the battlefield, giving them disease and irritating them, causing them not to sleep, things of that nature. So last but not least, it's not down here, but and yes, everything is going to go into this 55 liter. You need you a pair of glasses or goggles or shades or something, because if you have to go through the woods or you're moving through a certain way, I guarantee you, you can be the toughest person in the world, but if a twig pokes you in your eye, you are out of the fight for a while. So just again, sharing these things and what I'm doing, I very much lighten the load, and I'm only taking what's necessary. And like I said, I may take some more of the stuff out, but this is just a general idea of what we need to do when we're only trying to do what? Get home. So I do another bug out bag and things of that nature, but I want to go over the everyday carry kit. At least everyone in the family, the children is where everyone needs a get home kit. And again, the get home kit is basically focused on food and shelter and a little bit of defense. So I did have some extra ammo with me, but in truth, because I do carry legally, I always have plenty of ammo on my person anyway, so there was just some weight that could be taken out. So again, this is the everyday carry or get home bag, and all we are doing is keeping focus on what? Getting home without the vehicle, because more than likely when shit pops off a certain way, the expressways and everything else will be gridlocked if they don't EMP our ass, and none of it works. But I always expect to be on foot and take just what you need to be able to get home, which is a quick meal, a little water, and just in case the weather doesn't permit or you can't move, you can build you a temporary shelter and control the condition and how that shelter is built. And also, yes, this garbage bag can be used as a tarp. It is wide enough to be able to take your paracord, get you a small rock or something like that, and put the rock in one of the corners of your garbage bag. Tie a noose inside of that rock, and you will be able to then tie it to the ground or tie it to a tree or sticks or whatever to make you a makeshift tarp as well. So I love you all. Hope this is helpful, and let's learn.